tonight. I am so happy that you're here tonight because we're going to have so much fun. And I am so ready. But first, you already know what to do. We need to say Christ is risen. So I invite you guys to shout it out loud and say, Christ is risen! Welcome, Koinokids. I am so excited because tonight we're going to dance. We're going to have fun. So I invite you that whoever's in your home, if there's your cousin, your friend, tell them, come on, let's watch Koinokids. It's here. So together we can have fun. So thank you for being here. And now I have a question for you guys. Do you guys like to dance? Well, our Koinokids wants to join us and help us to dance. So now let's go and see what our Koinokids have ready for us.
You guys want to dance?
Yes! Then let's dance! Our God is greater, our God is stronger, God you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God is greater, our God is stronger, God you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God is greater, our God is stronger, God you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God.
Bye! Thanks for watching! Hi guys, so do you guys remember what we saw last week? If you guys remember, you guys are going to remember what this string represented. You guys remember? We said that this string represented a strong and how pure our relationship is with Father God. And then came these scissors, and these scissors represented sin. Yes. So sin came and cut and affected our relationship with Father God. So then we were divided. It was separated into a couple things. And last week I said, next week we will see what it separates us from. And we have to memorize that sin is when I distrust the love of Father God, and that makes me disobey. It is important that we memorize this, that sin is when I distrust the love of Father God, that makes me disobey. Okay? So the first thing sin separates us from is from Father God. And not because Father God is moving away from you. No. Father God still loves you, but simply sin is taking you away from his love and his blessings. Because Father God has a plan for you. That includes great blessings for your lives, for your future. Father God loves you. And sometimes we don't obey our parents, but they love us so much, but we keep disobeying them. For example, we lose our blessings when our parents tell us that we need to study and we don't study, and we keep repeating the same subjects because we don't want to study, and we keep failing, and then we lose a blessing because maybe our parents had a big reward for us, or maybe you had some great vacations coming up, but because we keep disobeying, we keep losing the blessings that we have. So sin is separating us from the blessings that Father God has for each one of us. And this is the first thing. So sin separates us from Father God. So repeat it after me. Sin separates us from Father God. And now let's see, what is the second thing that sin separates us from? Sin separates us from others. So say with me, sin separates us from others. Yes. Father God and your parents will never stop loving you. But Sometimes we keep disobeying our parents. When we don't follow their instructions immediately, it makes us have certain problems. For example, if we don't obey our parents, they usually tell us, go to your room early. Or they tell us, you know what, tonight you won't have ice cream for dessert. Or we won't go to the park that you wanted. This is the consequences. What happens when we distrust what we need to follow our instructions? So this separates us. This makes a division between you and them. This separates us. So sin comes and divides. It divides you from others. It divides you and it gives you distrust to others. This is what sin does. So now let's see what is the third thing that sin does. Sin separates us from ourselves. So, you know one thing? Division is not only with God or with others, but it also includes you, yourself. It divides you from yourself. When you distrust the love of Father God, it also makes it difficult to accept yourself. You might feel insecure, often sin. This is what it does. It separates you. It makes a division. It's disobeying Father God. So, for example, when you don't study, you don't get good grades, right? Or your grades will go down. But you believe a lie. You heard that right. You heard that? A lie. You hear that coming. And because you didn't study, you think that you'll never be good enough. But that's not true. That's a consequence of not studying. So if you study, you will get a good grade. It doesn't mean that you'll never get a good grade. If you study, you will. But this is a lie. This is what sin does. It makes you insecure. It makes you separate yourself from yourself. Yes, this is what sin does. It comes to divide. And these are the three things sin does. It separates us. And we need to remember this. So I invite you to repeat after me and say, sin separates us from Father God, others, and yourself. Yes, this is what sin does. It comes to separate us. Remember, we said, like these scissors, this is what sin represents, right? And this rope represented our relationship with Father God. So sin comes and just separates and he divides our relationship with Father God, others, and yourselves. But it doesn't end here. Next week, we need to find out what else does sin do. So you can't miss it because we need to know what else is sin affecting us in.
Chris, my name is Caleb. I want to share with you my testimony. So in the past, I had this test that was coming up. It was on a Friday, and before that week, I did not study at all. There was a lot of laziness in me, and every day, at least once, I had to talk back to my mom. And then on Friday, I did the test, and I did not pass. And then I realized that I did all that bad stuff, and that was affecting my relationships with God, others, and myself to this sin.
And now it is time for trivia night. So I hope you paid attention in our teaching tonight because it is important that we know what we learned today and to keep in mind what we're learning. So I invite you to write in the chat what you think the answers are, okay? So you can't miss it. You need to write it in the chat and see what the answer is to each question, okay? So let's go with the first question. So it says, when I blank the love of Father God, that makes me blank. So now we have to fill in the words. So there's two words missing. And the next page, you will see that there's two different answers. And you have to write in the chat which one you think it is. Is it A or B? Okay. So let's see. A says, when I distrust the love of Father God, and that makes me disobey. Or is it B? When I disobey the love of Father God, that makes me distrust. What do you guys think the answer is? And when you guys are ready, write it in the chat and let's see it together. What's the right answer? So I am waiting for your answer, guys. So when you are ready, let me know. Are you guys ready? Okay, let's go see the answer. So the answer is A. When I distrust the love of Father God, that makes me disobey. Good job, guys. And now let's go see the next question. It says, sin separates from. So sin separates from what? So remember, write in the chat what you guys think. Is it A or B? So A says, separates me from Father God, toys, and video games. Or B, Father God, others, and yourself. What do you guys think it is? Write in the chat which one do you guys think it is. Is it A or B? So go ahead, guys. Write in the chat. What do you guys think it is? Are you guys ready now? Are you guys ready? Okay, let's see it together. Let's see what the answer is. The answer is B. It separates you from Father God, others, and yourselves. Good job, guys. You guys did amazing. Remember, you guys have to pay attention so you guys can get the right answers and we can have a great trivia night. We had so much fun, Koinokids, but don't forget to
Subscribe to our channel.
Like the video and turn on the notification bell.
And together we want to say,
Koinokids!